At some point, a quiet fear appears. If I stop pushing, will I fall behind? If I stop striving, will I become less? If I decide that something is enough, am I giving up? For many of us, this fear is louder than exhaustion itself. So even when we are tired, we keep going. Not because we want to, but because stopping feels dangerous. In modern life, enough sounds suspicious. It sounds like settling, lowering standards, shrinking ambition. We are taught that more is always better. Growth should never slow. Wanting less means losing. So when we hear Lao Tzu speak of knowing enough, we instinctively resist it. In the Dao De Jing, knowing enough is not moral advice. It is not about contentment as a virtue. It is about accuracy. Knowing when an action still nourishes life, and when it begins to drain it. Knowing when adding more improves something, and when it quietly ruins it. Enough is not a stopping point. It is a point of alignment. The person who never knows enough is never at rest, not because they lack things, but because they lack an internal measure. Every decision is haunted by comparison. Every pause feels like failure. Every moment must justify itself. This is not ambition. It is anxiety, disguised as forward motion. You can see this clearly in everyday life. You stay in a role that no longer fits, not because it's meaningful, but because it looks right. You keep improving something that is already working until it loses what made it alive. You chase the next milestone without ever feeling the one you reached. Nothing collapses, but nothing ever lands. Knowing enough requires courage. It means you stop outsourcing your sense of worth to metrics, timelines, or expectations. It means you trust your perception over constant validation. This is not shrinking. This is precision. Like water choosing the lowest path, not because it cannot climb, but because it does not need to. Wu Wei is not about doing less. It is about not adding what does not belong, not adding pressure to decisions that need time, not adding effort where clarity is missing, not adding ambition to fill an inner gap. When you stop adding unnecessarily, life often continues on its own, with less resistance. Instead of asking, "How can I get more?" Wu Wei invites a quieter question. Where am I already past enough and still pushing? The answer is rarely dramatic, but it is often relieving. When you know enough, space appears. Space to listen, space to adjust, space to rest without guilt. And in that space, something unexpected often happens. What truly matters finally has room to grow. You don't need to decide anything today. Just notice this gently. Where in your life is more no longer helping? And what might happen if you allowed that place to be enough? For now,